Alright guys, so welcome to the channel. This is Tom, also known as CalzoneOP, and in today's video we're going to be unboxing the G502. I had a G502 previous, but it was the first rendition of it, so it was the Hero or the Proteus or whatever they called it. Now this is the Lightspeed, so this is the wireless one. We're going to compare this to the G Pro wireless right here. It's very close to the same size. It is a little bit wider than the G Pro, and there's definitely a little bit of getting used to compared to the G Pro. The profile is completely different. I highly suggest if you are more of a claw grip user to go with the G502, whereas the G Pro is more of like a palm mount. Another thing to think about is the G Pro is a lot lighter than the G502. I believe the G502 is around 110 grams, whereas the G Pro wireless is about 82, 83. Now inside this little container is going to be the weights for the G502, as well as the charger and I guess the cable where the adapter goes so that you can give a signal to your computer. Me personally, I do not put any weights in the G502. I think it's heavy enough. I actually prefer my mice to be as light as possible, and somehow they actually made the G502 Lightspeed, the wireless version, lighter than the one with the wire. Also in the box is going to be some Logitech stickers, as well as some pamphlets that nobody's ever going to read. All the information that you see here will also be available on Logitech's website, as well as their G-Hub, which is the application that you will need to download in order to adjust the mouse's DPI, as well as any other settings that you want to change. Right here is the cable that they use. They actually upgraded from the G Pro to a braided cable. Right here you guys can see the comparison between the G Pro wireless on the left, the regular G502 Proteus in the middle, and the G502 Lightspeed on the right, along with Tony the Calzone. I've used the original G502 for many years. I used to use the G9X, which is not produced anymore, and the successor was actually the G502. From what I can recall, the G9X was a little bit smaller than the G502, but when I went from the G9X to the G502, it was pretty seamless. Going from the G Pro to the G502 definitely took a little bit getting used to, especially going from the G502 to the G Pro. Considering that the G Pro is more of like a palm mouse, like I said before, so if you hold the mouse more with your palm, whereas with the claw grip, which is what I use, it specializes for the G502, at least in my opinion. Now what I'm showing you right here is the use of the G502. The G502 on the side has this rubber compound, I suppose, and it gets worn off after many years of use. I definitely put this one to the grave, that's for sure. The brand new one, you can see all the texture and the grip associated with it, whereas my other one kind of got fried off just from heavy use. The other side was fine though. Now the G502 had a braided cable as well, but it wasn't like a traditional braided cable that I'm used to. It was kind of like almost reinforced. It was a little difficult to actually swing around. My biggest complaint with the original G502 was the cable, and that's why I stopped using it. Especially with the setup that I have, the cable just wasn't viable, so I had to go for a wireless route, so I went with the G Pro right here that you see. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the G Pro. It's a phenomenal mouse. You can see that it's on one battery right there. The G502 Lightspeed is a little bit different. You can add the weights right there. You can see the sensor and the on-off switch, as well as this tab over here. Alright, now this is what the G502 Lightspeed looks like when it is plugged in. The output is a USB, garnished with the G logo. Now this is the other side of the cable for the Lightspeed. Alright, now this clip here is to show you the difference in cable between the G Pro wireless, what you see here, and then the G502 Lightspeed. One is non-braided, the G Pro, and the G502 is braided. Ending thoughts real quick. G502 versus G Pro, they're both really great mice. I hope you guys got a little bit of the review. I know this wasn't super in-depth, but I figured it would be nice. I know you guys asked for an unboxing. If you guys want to see these mice in action, definitely check out our Twitch, link down below, twitch.tv/CalzoneOP. If you want to join our community, definitely do that. We have a Discord link down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, tell your friends, all that good stuff. And until next time, your boy, Calzone, is out. Peace.